meditating in your life. And what we're going to talk about here is why meditation is important, how to actually meditate, the technique, and at the end, we're going to cover some of the common pitfalls and traps that people experience with meditation, which prevents them from building a consistent meditation habit, which is so important to actually get the benefits of meditation. You can't get the benefits of meditation by just meditating once or twice. You have to make this a habit. So I'm going to tell you a lot of important nuances that you need to understand to make this a habit successfully. Because when I try to meditate and make it a habit several years ago, I stumbled around and I tried to make it happen, and I was always falling off track. I did a couple of 30-day challenges with meditation. I was able to stick through those 30-day challenges, but in the end, it didn't stick and I wasn't seeing the benefits. Right now, though, this is getting towards the end of 2014, and I've been meditating consistently for 1 hour every day since the beginning of 2014. So I started in very early January, at the beginning of the new year. It was kind of my New Year's resolution. And I meditate for 1 hour every day, and I did that consistently without missing a single day this entire year. So right now I'm on day 250, probably something. So I'm getting into the 300s in a row. And that's what you want, is you want that kind of very steady consistency. And now it's pretty easy for me, even though 1 hour is a big chunk of time, it's pretty easy for me to do this consistently because I've built that habit. So let me share with you some of the important stuff that I've learned through doing almost a year of really consistent meditation. You know, the Buddhists, they have a way of characterizing our mind, and they put it this way. They say that your mind is like a crazy monkey, constantly running around, always ADD, always frantic, always searching for something new, can't sit still. Worse than that, it's not just this crazy monkey, but imagine this crazy monkey and that you got it drunk, totally shit-faced. So your mind is that. It's a drunk, crazy monkey. And worse than that, not only is it drunk and is it crazy, it's totally out of control, but imagine that monkey being stung by a scorpion. And now you have the perfect metaphor for your brain, the way that your mind runs itself, the way that it works. Without beginning to do meditation, without beginning to take a real close look at the kind of thoughts and emotions and things that are going on throughout your mind on a minute-to-minute basis, it's hard to even appreciate that this is what it is your mind is this crazy, drunk, stung monkey. The more you meditate, the more you realize, oh my God, that's the perfect description. Now, what's your life going to be like if you've got a crazy, drunk, stung monkey running around and trying to manage it? Is that going to be an exceptional, extraordinary, successful, fulfilling, happy, peaceful type of life? Or is that going to be a frantic, neurotic, chaotic, overstressed, overwhelmed, making stupid decisions kind of life? It's going to be the second one, right? You don't want that. So the ultimate benefit of doing meditation is to get this drunk, crazy monkey in line, get it under control so that you take away the scorpion, you take away the drunkenness, you take away the craziness, and now you've just got a plain, relaxed monkey. And the more you meditate, the more of these bad characteristics you take away. Eventually what you reach is you reach this state of really calm tranquility. Imagine this monkey on sedatives. That's kind of what you reach. And it's a good state to reach, but it takes some work to get there. Let's talk about some of the other benefits of meditation. So the benefits of meditation really quickly. One very important aspect is mastering your emotions. Your emotions run your life. They determine how much you can accomplish in your life. They determine whether you sabotage your own results. So this is really big. They also determine how you feel. If you're always emotional, you're always up and down, you're having all these negative thoughts, then this is making you stressed and frantic throughout your life. So this is destroying the quality of your life. So meditation gets that under control. Meditation is really good for eliminating stress. Meditation is really good for helping you unhook from stimulation. So nowadays, it's very easy to get hooked on addictions. You can get hooked to television, internet, pornography, drugs, food, sex, you name it, it's out there, you can get addicted on it. What meditation teaches you, it teaches you to unhook from that stuff and not be frantic the way you would be now, but to be calm and peaceful and really be happy just in the moment. True happiness can really only be attained by being very present and happy, content, you might say, with the present moment. You might have noticed that if you're always seeking stimulation, what that does in your life is it produces a roller coaster ride, up and down. You have some amazing sex, then there's a crash, because you can't have sex forever. You have some nice drugs, and then there's a crash, because you can't be on drugs forever. Same thing with food, with alcohol, with internet, with television. So what you want to train your brain to be happy with is just a very consistent level of contentment just in the present moment with whatever's going on, and not necessarily even with pleasant stuff. This is something that is really big that you get with meditation. The other thing that meditation is great for is building up your willpower, your prefrontal cortex. Literally, there's been scientific studies and evidence done that shows that by practicing meditation, even for just 10 or 20 minutes every day, within a few weeks in the brain scans that they do, they see the prefrontal cortex building new connections, growing stronger. This will help you with your work. This will help you in your gym routines. This will help you with everything you're trying to do in your life. It's really a form of brain training. It's the most original, old school, millennia-old form of brain training. You don't need to play games online to train your brain. The best way to train your brain is to actually use your brain. The way you use it, one of the ways, is through meditation. So that's really good. It also helps with brain health. More and more studies are showing that stuff like Alzheimer's disease is actually a result of disuse of your brain. When you stop using your brain starts to atrophy. When you're using your brain actively all the time, you're putting it under stress, just like a muscle. When you're using it, then it's growing and it's developing. Another thing that's really great about meditation is that it increases your productivity and your creativity. So if you're a very productive person, if you're a no-nonsense kind of no woo-woo, no hippie type of person, you're very pragmatic and hard-nosed, and you just want straightforward results in your life. In your relationships, you want results in your business, you want better finances and better money. This stuff comes from productivity, and productivity comes from a clear thinking mind that's able to focus. So that's what you develop with meditation. You can also use meditation to become more creative, because creativity is something that comes from your subconscious mind, and creativity comes when you're able to calm yourself down and be peaceful and be grounded. Then creative stuff tends to bubble up. When your mind is frantic all the time, it's very difficult to be creative. So if you're a creative, artistic type of person, meditation will serve you very well. Meditation is also the single best way to develop and practice mindfulness. And mindfulness, this is just an awareness and the ability to be an observer of yourself, your mood, your emotions, and also other people in life in general. It's the ability to look objectively at these situations without being reactive to it emotionally. It's the ability, for example, when you're angry, to look from the outside, as it were, at the situation that you're in and the emotion that you're feeling, and the ability to just look at it without having to do anything about it. The power of mindfulness, which I talk about in other videos, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here because it's a very deep topic, is that it just literally can be used to melt away and dissolve negative emotions and any kind of frustrating situations in life just by observing it with a lot of consciousness and awareness, without any form of judgment, without any kind of action taking, just pure observation and awareness can be a really powerful tool. And it's hard to appreciate this until you start to meditate and you start to develop these powers. You grow that mindfulness muscle, and then you start to see the results of that in your life, and it's very cool. And lastly, this is perhaps the most amazing thing about about meditation, is that it can be used to attain enlightenment. And that's, again, a very advanced topic that I'm not going to go into here, but suffice it to say that through proper use of meditation for long enough times, what you can do is you can literally melt away your sense of ego, your sense of separation from the world, and you can reach this very blissful, peaceful state, which is your natural state, which is obstructed by all the crazy monkey chatter that's going on. This is just the truth that you are one with the world, you are one with everybody else, and when you can attain this state, then the amazing thing about it is that you feel very peaceful, totally content, totally fulfilled, without needing anything else in your life. This is kind of the ultimate state that you can shoot for with your personal development. And I'm doing a lot of work on that personally. I'm really excited about sharing some further techniques about how to use your meditation in order to actually attain enlightenment. So I'll have more videos on that to come soon. So this is why you want to meditate. Now let's talk about what meditation is. So let's give a definition for meditation. It's very simple. It's basically just sitting down and quieting your mind and just being aware of exactly what's happening in the present moment. That's how I would define meditation. It's the ability to just focus your mind on basically nothingness, just nothing in particular, and not getting caught up in thought stories. Because what's going on in your head is that all the time you've got these stories that come up. And what can happen is that either you go along for the ride with this story, or you don't. Or you just observe the story kind of carrying itself out and fizzling and bubbling away. And that's what thoughts are in your mind. Thoughts are like clouds that move through the atmosphere. Imagine your mind like the atmosphere, and the thoughts are like clouds. And they just come through, they're very random, they're very capricious. One day they're this kind of cloud, the next day it's a different kind of cloud. Sometimes you got an interesting formation of clouds, sometimes it's pretty boring. But sometimes what happens is that we get triggered, we get caught up in these thoughts, and we get carried away. Just like carried away, and we get taken miles and miles off track by going along on these clouds.